Move on to question number 11. Alright, so this question is asking us how to find average speed. So average speed, 1 second, let me just erase that. I'm going to number this as question number 11. Average speed is represented by V average and is equal to change in distance or change in time. One thing to note for average speed is we don't really care about the path that is done. We only really care, actually let me rephrase that. So it's the distance traveled. So we do care about the path, I believe here, yes. Let me think about what's the situation where we don't. So if it's a velocity, so if it's a vector, that's when we don't really care about the path. When it's average speed, we do care about the path. So that's kind of the differentiation that I was thinking about. So when it's average speed, we do care about the path. When it's a vector, so a velocity in an instant in time, or between 2 points, if it's a vector, we don't care about the path traveled. We just care about the position. So let's run through the Janine The Tutor's explanation. When the speed of a moving object is varying, the average speed of the object between any two intervals is obtained by dividing the distance traveled during the time interval by the time taken to travel. So delta D, so change in distance or change in time, which is also the same as saying D2 minus D1 or T2 minus T1. And this is just saying at position 1, at position 2. So you're at position 1 at this period, at this point, you're at position 2 at this point. So this is kind of a word equation. So average speed is distance traveled over total elapsed time. So let's say we've traveled 20. Actually, let me give you some points here. Let's say this point, point 1, is 2 and 10. And then point 2 is 4 and 2. Does that make sense? No, that does not make sense. So we'll say this is 30. 4 and 30. Okay. This is point 1, point 2. So we can see because the x coordinate is time, so 2 at time equals 2 seconds and 4 seconds, and then the y axis is distance, so at distance 10, let's say meters and 30 meters. So we'll plug these in. Let's draw a line here. We would say 30, so d2, which is right here, minus d1, which is 10, divided by t2, which is 4, minus t1, which is 2. So we end up with 30 minus 10 is 20, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 20, we get 20 divided by 2, and then doing this we get 10 meters per second. And that would be the average velocity for this example. So this is kind of a rough example of how you'd find the average speed, but really the main equation that you want to use here is this right here. This is really the main equation that you care about for any question that you're given where you have to calculate the average speed of a system. So we'll leave a comment here. So excellent. Answer is correct. Right. So this is the final question that we'll be answering for this session. So I'll mark this as correct. Okay, so thanks for tuning in to this OneClass session. Hopefully you found the questions that we went through to be helpful, and I helped you guide through the process of how to solve each physics problems. If you enjoyed this session and found it helpful, you can always go to oneclass.com for any tutoring help or homework help. You can also visit the website in the description, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Hope to see you in the next session. Goodbye for now.